Welcome to Days Behind, where we unveil the trivia and stories behind holidays and national days. Every year, on the third Monday of January, America pauses to remember a great man. This day is dedicated to honoring the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a leader whose vision and courage transformed the nation. This is not a day for sadness, but a day for celebration. We come together to rejoice in the progress we've made and to reflect on the work that still lies ahead. We celebrate the life and work of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a man who changed America forever. His speeches, his marches, and his unwavering commitment to justice have left an indelible mark on our society. He taught us about equality, about justice, and about the importance of standing up for what is right. His lessons continue to inspire new generations to fight for a better world. And about the power of dreams. Dr. King believed that dreams could change the world, and he encouraged everyone to dream big and to work tirelessly to make those dreams a reality. Dr. King had a dream that one day, people of all colors would live together in peace and harmony. His famous "I Have a Dream" speech continues to resonate, reminding us of the possibilities that lie ahead if we work together. He dreamed of a world where his children would be judged not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. This vision of a just and equitable society is one that we must strive to achieve every day, but by the content of their character. This principle is at the heart of Dr. King's message and serves as a guiding light for all who seek to create a more inclusive and compassionate world. On Martin Luther King Jr. Day, we remember that dream and pledge to keep it alive. We honor his legacy by continuing to fight for justice, equality, and the realization of dreams for all people, regardless of their background. Let us carry forward his vision and work together to build a brighter future for everyone.
Martin Luther King Jr. was born in Atlanta, Georgia, in 1929. He grew up in the South, where segregation was a way of life. Black people were treated as second-class citizens, denied basic rights and opportunities. Young Martin saw the injustice around him and knew he had to do something about it. He became a Baptist minister, like his father, and a powerful voice for change. Dr. King believed in non-violent resistance. He organized boycotts, marches, and sit-ins, all while urging his followers to remain peaceful, even in the face of violence. Dr. King's message of peace and equality resonated with millions. His words were not just a call to action, but a beacon of hope for those who had long suffered under the weight of systemic oppression. His vision was clear, a world where people would be judged by the content of their character, not the color of their skin. He led the Montgomery bus boycott, sparked by Rosa Parks' refusal to give up her seat. This act of defiance became a pivotal moment in the civil rights movement, demonstrating the power of peaceful protest and the strength of a united community. The boycott lasted over a year, ultimately leading to a Supreme Court ruling that segregation on public buses was unconstitutional. He delivered his famous "I Have a Dream" speech at the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. This historic event drew over 250,000 people to the nation's capital, all gathered to demand equal rights and justice. His speech, delivered on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, remains one of the most iconic moments in American history, echoing the aspirations of a generation. From Birmingham to Selma, he faced down hatred and bigotry with courage and conviction. The Birmingham campaign brought national attention to the harsh realities of segregation, while the Selma marches highlighted the ongoing struggle for voting rights. Despite facing brutal opposition, Dr. King and his fellow activists remained steadfast in their pursuit of justice. Though he faced constant threats and even imprisonment, Dr. King never wavered in his commitment to justice. His unwavering dedication inspired countless others to join the fight for civil rights, proving that change was possible through non-violent resistance. His speeches and writings continue to inspire new generations to stand up against injustice. Tragically, his life was cut short in 1968 when he was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee. His death was a profound loss for the nation, but his legacy lives on. The Lorraine Motel, where he was killed, has since been transformed into the National Civil Rights Museum, serving as a testament to his enduring impact. He was just 39 years old, yet in his short life he achieved more than many could in several lifetimes. His grave, visited by people from all walks of life, stands as a reminder of his profound contributions to the fight for equality and justice. His dream continues to inspire and guide us toward a more just and equitable world.
How did America start a holiday honoring Dr. King? After his death, people across America mourned the loss of this extraordinary leader. There was a groundswell of support to honor Dr. King's legacy. In 1983, President Ronald Reagan signed a bill making the third Monday of January a federal holiday in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The first national observance of Martin Luther King Jr. Day took place in 1986. It was a day for reflection, remembrance, and a renewed commitment to the ideals Dr. King championed.
Keep the dream alive, and every day is MLK Day. The Martin Luther King Jr. Day is an important reminder that the fight for equality and justice is not over. It is a day to reflect on the progress we have made and the work that still lies ahead. It is a day to remember the sacrifices made by those who came before us, and to honor their legacy by continuing the struggle for a better world. We still live in a world where people are judged by the color of their skin, where systemic racism affects the lives of millions. Discrimination can be subtle or overt, but its impact is always profound, where poverty and inequality persist, creating barriers to opportunity and success. Many communities are still struggling with inadequate resources, and the gap between the rich and the poor continues to widen, and where violence and hatred still rear their ugly heads. Acts of hate and intolerance remind us that the fight against injustice is far from over. But Dr. King also taught us that change is possible. His words and actions have inspired generations to believe in the power of nonviolent resistance and the strength of unity. He showed us that ordinary people working together can make a difference. When we come together with a shared purpose, we can overcome even the greatest challenges. We honor his legacy by continuing his work, by engaging in acts of service, and by standing up for what is right. Every small action contributes to the larger movement for justice and equality. By striving to make his dream a reality, we must remain vigilant and committed, knowing that the road to true equality is long and requires persistent effort. Every day we choose love over hate. We build bridges instead of walls. Acts of kindness and compassion can transform our communities and create a more inclusive society. Every day we stand up for justice, we challenge the status quo and demand accountability. Speaking out against injustice is a powerful way to honor Dr. King's legacy. Every day we work to make our communities more equitable. We advocate for policies that promote fairness and opportunity for all. Civic engagement and participation are crucial in driving systemic change. We keep Dr. King's dream alive. By living out his principles in our daily lives, we ensure that his vision of a just and equal society continues to inspire future generations.